And we're back with another KATcast. This is all about purchases that we probably shouldn't have gotten ourselves or somebody. Dumb purchases. We've all probably been there.
Stupid stuff we've bought.
Yeah, stuff that it could be maybe even an instant reaction of you're like, why did I buy that?
Buyer's remorse.
Yes, instantaneous buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
So I don't really purchase a lot of things online.
Doesn't have to be online.
Well, I mean, in general, probably I would say that the last regret purchase I did was I had an event where I had to dress in a 1920s style, so I needed kind of like a flapper dress, right?
Sort of thing, yeah.
So when you get something, especially like from Amazon, especially when it's clothing, the size you're used to, like extra large, it's not always translated well, depending on where these clothes are coming from. So I'm like, okay, there was 3 I liked. I got an extra large in each one and thought, okay, whichever ones don't work, I'll send them back. Okay. So the first one, I'm like, oh, okay, this is great. Second one, oh, okay, now I've got 2 options. Put on the third one, which was my favorite that I ordered. It was gorgeous, but it's like, can't even zip up the back.
I can't breathe.
Like I'm going to have to drop like 50 pounds or something to make this one happen. And the worst part is I didn't even send it back. It's hanging in my closet.
Someday.
Like, that's really going to happen.
So I'm just saying, dream big, Aaron.
Yeah.
Gotta look at the reviews on those. That's why I love, like, you see all these, like, oh my gosh, it's got 24,000 reviews, and you're scrolling through, and you're like, the fit, everyone's like, it runs a little small, and you're like, okay, so I should get the size up, right?
I didn't even look at any of that. It was just one of those things where I'm like, oh my gosh, this event's sneaking up on me. I got to order something. I got to order it now.
Meanwhile, Kate Moss is calling you. Hey, can I borrow that thing you have in your closet?
Black flapper dress with the iridescent
That's
sequins?
the one thing that I shop for that I have to physically, like, in person want to shop for, because you're like you said, it's like every size, like just like shoes.
You mean
right?
like clothes?
Yes.
With the exception of T-shirts. I mean, I can pretty much buy a T-shirt online, and I have. I'm pretty much happy with it. I mean, I buy large. I'll buy size large
I've
just
had a
because I don't
couple
like
questionable,
you know, like if you get a medium, sometimes the underarms are a little tight or whatever.
I'm that way with clothes in general, or like shoes too.
Yeah.
Like, there's like sometimes
shoes.
I'm anywhere from
I
could be from an 11 to 12 and a half. So I'm like. So sometimes I'm like, ooh, no, this is way too tiny.
Shoes are risky. My wife has bought clothes online, and once she got it, she was like, I shouldn't have got that.
No, I'm the same way. When it comes to clothes and shoes, I'd much rather go to the store, try on in person.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Jordan's right, especially shoes, and I find this so weird because it's like, aren't feet like a universal size? Because normally I'm size 11.
They're not. If you go to England and Europe and all, the sizes are different there. So like R9 might be a 7 or an 11 there or whatever.
Well, I just realized I just said I'm a size 11 in feet. I meant in shoes.
I found so actually
my feet are size 11.
Making a commercial, I found this out. So every single like retail place as well also has their own measurements for sizing, like specific, like so not every single store has the exact same measurements for sizing as every other store, which is why that happens.
Well, and you guys don't have to worry about this, but as ladies do, bras. It's not universal. You can be a C in one, gosh,
I don't know
company.
I don't know what any of those things mean.
Well,
so I'm just being honest, but it's okay.
A D, or I mean, it's just everything's different. Even like around, I could be a 38 here, I could be a 36 there. It's insane. And I'm just like, shouldn't it just be all universal? I mean, just make it a whole, lot easier.
See, okay, I'll tell you my impulse buy.
We're going to Boobs R Us. Come on.
If one existed.
So my instant regret buy, not that I instantly regretted it, I came to regret it, was actually my Nintendo Switch that I had. I since sold it, but I bought it specifically to play one game.
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch, yeah. I thought that I was getting it for the family. So I'm like, okay, the family, I know my wife will play with me. I know the kids will play. It turns out we just didn't really that much. Like, it was like we had a lot of things going on in my head. I'm like, this is going to be great. We're going to use it all the time.
Yeah.
in hindsight, we didn't use it basically at all, dude. I used it to play the one game. I beat it, and then it was like
you have
collecting dust for 5 years.
You have all kinds of big plans when you buy these things, and then it's like...
I was thinking about the family at the time of buying it, and then, of course, my wife's like, why didn't you talk to me before buying this? And I go, I should have.
This happened recently to me, and I told you guys about it. Okay, so you ever seen those Amazon surprise boxes you can buy?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's like they have them like once a year a lot of times. There'll be a big sale. Ooh, $29. Oh, for a bigger one, $49. Oh,
and there's
$60.
all sorts of random stuff in there. Yeah.
Right. There's all kinds of random stuff, maybe used or refurbished. A lot of electronic stuff, they say. I go, ooh. So, okay, here's the problem. It was a Sunday morning. I'm laying in bed with my phone. That's when I'm most vulnerable.
You didn't have your cheaters on. I can tell you right now that was the number one problem with this.
I'm scrolling through and I go, ooh. No, I'm not going to get that. And then it's still in my mind. I go, okay, let me look at it again. Ooh. No.
Then you start thinking of possibilities, like what could be in there.
Right.
Ooh,
And that's the appeal. So that,
and you're like, what if I spend $30 and I get a phone?
I'm looking at some comments, and somebody's like, whoa, this was great. I got a blah, blah, blah. And I go, okay, I'm going to do it.
Sealed the deal.
So here I am in bed. Here's my card. I spent $67. And I'm telling you, as soon as I hit pay, bells went off in my head like, you fool! You have no idea what you just got.
Wait a tick. Back up a second. You sleep with your card?
Well, it's right next to in my wallet. That's all.
I was going to say.
So, hey, don't judge.
He tucks it in, puts it on a little pillow.
Don't judge
there's mornings where I've been scrolling and the husband's still, snoozing. The dogs are out. And but it's like, then if I find something to buy, I got to get up. Go find my purse.
No, it's far too easy. So I make this purchase. I'm immediately, I have buyer's regret, buyer's remorse. I'm like, okay. So I let it, okay, maybe that'll pass. Couple hours, 3, 5 hours.
You give it 5
They still haven't made, said, okay, we've accepted your order. See, that right away made me worry.
Yeah.
Because they didn't confirm anything to me. And then I'm looking at it. And it doesn't say, it said Amazon box, but then it was like from a place called Pallet. AMI Pallet. Go, wait a minute. And then I'm looking a little closer, there's some Chinese writing on it. I go, wait, no. So I immediately send them an email and I go, hey, cancel my order. Cancel it, I don't hear anything back from them.
No, fool, they already got your information.
So I sent them an email. Okay, later that day, I sent them an email just following up. Transaction order number, blah, 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 blah. Nothing. Thank God I paid through PayPal, okay? I'm just telling you, this is an object lesson. If you ever buy something and you're unsure of, even if you are sure of it, use your PayPal because they are great. Because I sent to them and say, hey, I want to get a refund on this. They maybe 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes later, they said, hey, your refund is on the way. So they must have said, oh, there's another guy that got snookered by these guys.
I was going to say, they were like, hey, Johnson, we got another Emma Pallet on the line here.
What you're not revealing is like him sweating bullets at work over at his desk.
I came to work.
He's straight up. This is Kevin. This is literally Kevin at work as he's sitting there thinking more and more about this.
That's exactly.
He's like, what have I done?
$67. But see, now I really do want to get like an honest to goodness, genuine Amazon pallet thing.
Yeah.
When it's the real
See
thing
what
is
you
out
get.
there.
You
Yeah.
can always tell when something's bothering Kevin because the normal, happy, bubbly Kevin, gone. He is a nervous wreck. He's not friendly. He's just he's like in a funk. And he'll say snarky things, and you're like, wait a minute, I hadn't even said anything snarky yet, so this can't be retaliation. So yeah, when Kevin, and it's usually something money related, he's waiting on a refund for something, and it's not Kevin. We need to record it because people, you need to see it. It's really something.
When I got that email from PayPal saying refund, I was like, hallelujah, amen.
Yeah. It was like your Eagles won the Super Bowl.
You were like, yes! I felt like the way I did in 2018. Exactly. Yeah. So we're talking about stupid purchases we made or buyer's remorse or something.
I wouldn't call it so much stupid purchases, but the last thing I purchased. So my dad had surgery on his knee a couple months back, and he's been having issues sitting lately. So he was like, hey, I need you to order me some sort of gel or foam pillow that the home health nurse was telling me about. And I'm like, can you be more specific? And of course he's not. So I get on and I start kind of scrolling and stuff. And first you can find them for like $20 and they're like this thick. And I'm like, well, that ain't going to do it.
No.
So, found one, that looked thicker. It had like the foam on one side. You flip
size.
it over
Yeah, right.
and it's got like the massaging gel or whatever.
Ooh, did you get two?
Well, okay.
I wouldn't mind that.
So then before I could hit yes, purchase, he calls me again. Hey, get one for your mother.
Ooh.
Okay. So then I'm reading more and I see helps sciatic pain. And I'm like, oh, the husband has been having sciatic issues. So I order 3.
She's got all her Christmas shopping done.
So I ordered 3. And so, I get the email back saying, hey, thanks for your purchase. We're processing your order, blah, 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 blah. And so the husband comes home and he's like, oh, so what'd you do today? I said, well, Dad wanted me to order this gel foam pillow. And I got that. I go, but I said he wanted one for Mom too. And so I said, I went ahead and got you one. And he goes, am I in the same category as your parents? I go, well, I mean, it's supposed to help with sciatic pain. So I just kind of played that off a little bit. It helps with sciatic pain. He loves it. And I delivered my, the 2 to my parents, and they're like, oh, this is wonderful.
Yeah.
So now I'm starting to wonder, do I need one?
See? I'm telling you. It might be a good idea for everybody.
See, I'm a slide sleeper. Me and Aaron were talking about this earlier. I was like, do you know the pillow cube thing or whatever? They always advertise. I'm like, I want to try that because like.
Would it work? Yeah.
Yeah, would it work? And I'm such a side sleeper anyway that it's like, I understand what they say. There's a lot of there's a lot of room that you're like when you're sleeping like this, it's like I do wake up with a stiff neck sometimes.
Well, and it's like my shoulder. I've got an old injury on my right shoulder, and I've noticed lately it's been kind of flaring up, and I've noticed that I've been sleeping on that side, and I do this weird thing where I know with my shoulders hunched up, and I'm holding both my hands under my pillow. I don't know why, it just feels comfortable.
To me, that's comfortable too. Your hands under the pillow.
Yeah, but then when I wake up, that shoulder, and you can just feel that the muscles all knotted up
because you're sleeping in an unnatural position.
Yeah, right. So it's like I got to do
even though
something.
at the time it's comfortable. But
and I mean, I even got a massage, and my girl was like, "Oh my gosh!" She was like, "This it's like crunch, 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 crunch," and I'm like, "Yeah, it hurts."
You have to share the Temu story.
Oh, okay. So the husband's real big into Temu. Like he loves
so am I love
garbage
Temu.
from there, and I keep thinking, okay. We keep talking about how we need to purge and we need to do like a big spring cleaning, but more Temu packages keep coming.
But it's not like your hoarder's buried alive or anything.
We're not quite there.
Good.
There's some rooms that are kind of questionable. And it's like I can't relax when things aren't tidy and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like I love him to death, but since he has come into my life, I think that might be part of the shoulder issue because I'm like this all the time. It's like it's too much. It's too much. Nothing's in order. There's piles of things in weird random places. I don't know where to put things away. So I digress. Anyway, a Temu package comes one day and he was like, I ordered you these really cool pants for 4th of July. Okay, back up. He rarely buys me clothes unless I'm with him. Like he sees me, in a store, like I'll try on a coat or, I'll look at a pair of jeans or something. And then if I move to another section of the store, then he'll like go sneak by it. You know what I mean? Like he knows I like it.
Right.
So
I do the same thing.
Okay.
I'll do that too.
Sure, yeah.
Try to sneak like a picture of exactly what it is.
Exactly.
Like,
so maybe you can go back to the store later.
So
for a present or
otherwise
whatever.
he doesn't know what I like. So anyway, I'm like, okay, he wants to buy me pants. What is this? So I open them and he goes, oh, they're really cool. It's going to be for 4th of July. He's like, they're these jean capris and they got these cool, like red, white, and blue patches. And it's really neat. So I pull him out of the package. First off, the package is like this thin.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing there. So immediately I'm like, something's off. Pull the pants out and hold them up. They're about this big.
They're great.
Okay. Yes, they are jean capris. However, they're like the really cheap workout pants that are super, super thin.
Nothing you could wear to work.
No. Nothing anybody
you can wear
should
in
wear
public,
in public.
period. Yeah.
So he's all excited. He's like, see, they're jean. I go, no. I go, this is a jean pattern printed on cheap workout pants.
If you looked at the picture, like in the Temu advertisement, it looks like it has patch pockets.
Right.
They were screen printed on
Everything was
pockets.
screen print. Everything
There were
was.
and it was just...
And so he's like, well, they're not too bad. Go try them on. So I went to the bedroom, put them on, came out, and I go, yeah, you see this? I go,
you're the only one that's ever going to see this.
This is never going to see natural light. This is never going anywhere outside anyway. And then I said, do you know why these pants are highly inappropriate? And then I bent over and I said, nobody should have access.
It's showtime at the Apollo. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So needless to say, I go, so send these back. He goes, yeah, it wasn't really worth it. Just pitch them. And I'm like, if they were that cheap, that had to have been a tip-off.
Yeah.
Because I finally get it out of him. They were like $3.
Or they, yeah.
It was a special.
19 cents.
You know, just like,
whoa.
Jordan so
just
shocked
lost
by
his
that.
phone.
I did.
You
Jordan
better put it back
so
in the
shocked.
frame the right way, man.
There we go. We got it.
Does it look the same?
It looks exactly the same.
Okay.
Technical.
There's a lot of work that goes into into this podcast. No, I'm kind of famous for getting apps, like
yes.
like subscribing to apps. You know what I mean? And most of them like involve AI in one way or another. So I'll download something and it'll say, hey, 30-day free trial or whatever. Okay, so I'll get the app, and this is one. If you're on Google, your Google subscriptions are really important because it will tell you when something's going to expire. So I will oftentimes cancel, like right up to the end. And then sometimes they'll say, oh, are you sure you want to try it for another 30 days or whatever? No. Cancel me. Mm-hmm. Hey, you sure you're not going to pay anything? I'll cancel. Yeah. Okay, so I'll cancel it. There have been a couple of times where it slipped past me and I didn't. So then I go in to cancel it, and Google a lot of times is like, okay, yeah, we're canceling your subscription. Whew, okay, dodged the bullet there. Once I had like 3 or 4 of those in a row where it had expired, and Google said, yeah, this doesn't fit our refund policy anymore. Basically, they're saying, you've gone to the well too many times. We're not canceling on this. So I had to pay the 1 month thing, and then
see, that's where they get you in those things, man, where it's like, because you subscribe to a lot of these things, these free trials,
right?
And like sometimes you're like, ooh, this one's a month, ooh, this one's 3 months, and then you forget, and then all of a sudden you go back and you go, wait, I've been paying for this for how long?
I mark it on my calendar now, and it'll say, and usually it's a few days before the actual date.
Yeah.
In red, cancel such and such.
So we don't have cable anymore, but we used to. And, every once in a while you'd get a call, oh, you're such a fantastic customer, we're going to give you a free weekend of Showtime.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. Thank you. That's nice. Yeah. Then you get your bill and you realize, no, they've charged you for Showtime. It was not free. And so, I've had to call once or twice and been like, whoa. Then when they called, this was not explained this way. They said, I got a free weekend. Just for a weekend, a trial, that's it. There was no, hey, you need to call and cancel this. It was not supposed to be a subscription. It was just that you got a free weekend. I'm like, this is kind of like fraudulent.
Yeah.
And once you drop the F word, fraud, most people are like, whoa, and it was taken off. But that's happened a time or two to where now, or, after that, anytime anyone would call and say, oh, you got a free blah, blah, blah. I'm like, nope, don't want it. Oh, but it's free, ma'am. No, it's not. I don't want it.
A couple of years ago, my son gave me his PS4 because he had just bought a PS5. Mm-hmm. So, and I had a few games already.
Not to brag, but I got a PS2.
Great.
One of the best PlayStations, by the way.
And I already had a few games on there, but I saw this offer on eBay, and it had a picture of a whole list. It was like probably 15 or 20 games for $15 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm looking at the individual games. I go, all right, I don't care about this one. Oh, this one's cool. Oh, this one's good too. So I order it. One game arrives. That's it. There's one game and something I didn't even care about. And I get back to them. I go, hey, you said that it was this many games. And I go, no, we never said it was that many games. I said, you have a picture of all these games there, and you never said you just get this one game. I ended up getting my money back, and I sent back the one game that I got.
So the husband from Temu bought this console. It's about yay big. I mean, it's tiny. And it has 99 games on it. Have you seen these?
I've seen those.
They sell them at the mall and all when you go through sometimes.
Okay, so the man loves the 80s. He was a child of the 80s. I was of the late 80s, early 90s. And he bought this. He brought it home. I've seen him play it once. And it's just like, Why? Why?
Yeah.
Why did we get this?
Remember this old-fashioned thing? Like when I say old-fashioned, it wasn't super old-fashioned, but it was the little arcade machine that you plugged into your TV.
Yeah.
It was like the yellow and the blue connectors.
Yeah.
You do that, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, 60 Pac-Man.
I know.
Oh, Galactica. You know, like stuff like that.
I remember when Pong came out. Now, we were teenagers when Pong came out, and I'm telling you, you would have thought we had just discovered time travel or something because it was the greatest, and all it was
Yeah. Games now are made like movies. They do motion capture.
I know.
Like they do all these it's like making a giant movie.
My brother and I sat there for hours playing Pong. I mean, it was like...
To be fair, still a great game.
Yeah.
So does your significant others ever buy anything that you guys are like,
why?
You know...
Let me think.
You ever bought anything off Facebook Marketplace?
no?
Okay. Facebook Marketplace can be great. We've gotten some really nice furniture, people selling, We've also, you got to be careful because what happens is, hey, I'll pay, okay, hey, we want to buy that. Is it still available? First of all, the worst thing you could say is it still available? Because just say, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Or if you have a question about it, ask a specific question. But don't say, is it available? Because they won't even respond to that because they get everybody saying, is it still available? So we bought something, and it's happened to her more than once. Hey, okay, I want to buy it. And they'll say, okay, we'll save it, for you. And then, okay, agreement, done. We're going to buy it. Yes. They sell it to somebody else who came by. You said, you were saving it for us. We drove, 20 miles or 15 miles or whatever to get this thing. And now, you know what I mean? It's like common courtesy.
Yeah.
Don't say you're going to save it for me and then I don't show up. If I don't show up, I can get it.
Right.
But...
Oh, I remember another regrettable buy I had, and you were with me at the time. We were at the MBAs. You remember this? I lost my sunglasses.
The sunglass story.
So if anyone that knows me and trusts me, they can attest to this. I am terrible about leaving my sunglasses everywhere.
Man loves his sunglasses.
I take them off and then forget that they're on the table.
We all go to lunch, and probably 50% of the time I'll be like, hey, Jordan, you forgot these.
Yeah, 100%. So I forget my sunglasses all over the place.
Right.
So anyway, I did this, and what was it, Branson? Something,
Branson.
Yeah. And so we're at the MBAs, and I lost my sunglasses. Super sunny, out. So I'm like, we have a sunglass hut. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go in there, and spend an extraordinary amount of money for a pair of sunglasses.
Sick. It's sick.
I know, right? So I go in there and I get some pretty nice sunglasses. I'm like, all right, these are pretty good. The next day, one of our bosses was like, hey, are you looking for your sunglasses?
Oh, my God.
I have them right here. I'd be like, why didn't you say anything yesterday?
Do you dare say what you spent for those sunglasses? I wasn't going to narc you out.
So here, I don't know. They were probably like $120. Which is expensive for sunglasses.
It is pricey.
It's pricey. Not the most expensive sunglasses I've seen in my life.
But you weren't shocked at the $120, though, were you?
I wasn't.
See?
I wasn't.
I see $120 sunglasses, and I would suffer apoplexy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I buy $5 and $6 sunglasses at Walmart.
And see, and so they were special. Why? I was like, okay, first off, they were like real nice sunglasses, right? They're like name brand sunglasses, which is why they're expensive.
Yeah. Oakley or something like that.
Right? Is the polarization better? Probably not. You know what I mean? Is there that much difference technology per sunglass? No.
They came off the same conveyor belt in China.
The $5 sunglasses are probably about the same as the $150 sunglasses.
I bought the husband a $200 pair of sunglasses right after he had LASIK, just because
you were celebrating.
No, just because I remember how sensitive my eyes were
all right.
post LASIK, and how polarization is not the same.
But it's also a nice welcome to vision gift.
Well, I guess. But I bought him the same type that I bought myself,
But the moment I bought those, the next day, boom, the sunglasses show up. And I'm like, now that was an absolutely unnecessary purchase that I just did. But I still have them.
You have an extra set of fancy ones.
Exactly.
If
I ever lose them, I got another one. And my justification is the cheap sunglasses are cheap. But the expensive sunglasses are built very I feel like I've had them already multiple years now at this point. So you buy a cheap sunglass every year, you could buy an expensive pair of sunglasses and have them last multiple years.
Do you remember what the song says?
Go get yourself some cheap sunglasses.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cheap sunglasses. Come on, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. So.
Yeah, and the husband's gonna think I'm ripping on him, and I'm not. As far as buying things that I'm like, why would you purchase this? So I get home the other day and I'm looking, and sitting on our bar is like this bag, and I notice it's a bunch of rings, and they're skulls. It's skull rings. So he gets home and I go, why? Well, I wanted a skull ring. I go, how many fingers do you have? There's like 20 in here.
Unless you're hiding something I'm not aware of.
And again, it was a Temu purchase.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bought something in bulk.
You can't buy anything at Temu for less than $10, though, by itself. Because they will not ship. Like, if I found something for $4. Yeah, you're going to have to spend $6 more because they won't ship anything under $10.
Really?
To justify, yeah.
That's funny, though.
Well, maybe
you know what it was? It was
like
your husband was like, I got a nice-looking Harley. Now I need to roll up. Rocking.
He's not Jack Teller. It's like, come on.
All 10 fingers. He's got the skulls on.
That's great. Well, we're talking purchases, buyer's remorse, things you've bought. You go, what was I doing that for? Buying stories, whatever. If you have one for us, we'd love to hear yours. catcountry@mailsdimmer.com. And be sure to subscribe as well to the KATcast.
Beware of Temu pants.
Oh, I so wish we could share a picture of those, though.
No,
it's not going to happen.
Never.
Thanks for visiting us. Thanks for being a part of this Cat Country KATcast.